It all started on a humid evening, the kind where the city seems to hum with secrets, with a simple white shirt, not just any shirt, but one so crisp and clean it seemed to glow against the backdrop of Yangon's chaos. I was in Yangon, a city buzzing with energy, where every street corner tells a different story and every face hides 1,000 tales. The air was thick with the smell of street food, spices, charcoal, and something sweet drifting through the night. I was about to enjoy a pork skewer, savoring the anticipation, when I saw him for the first time. He wore a crisp, plain white shirt, so stark it almost looked ceremonial. It seemed out of place in the colorful market, like a blank page in a book full of vibrant illustrations. The next day, I tried mohinga, the famous fish noodle soup that locals swear by for breakfast. As I was thanking the cook, I felt watched, a prickling on the back of my neck, a sense that eyes were following me. There he was again, the same man, the same white shirt, lingering just at the edge of the crowd. My heart flipped. Was this a coincidence, or was something else at play? Suddenly Yangon felt smaller, the soup heavier in my stomach, as if the city itself was closing in. I tried to shake it off, telling myself I was just a tourist, imagining things in a foreign land. But this felt different. It was observation, calm, deliberate, almost professional, as if I was being studied. I spent the afternoon at Bagan pagoda, hoping the golden spires would distract me, but I couldn't relax. Every corner I turned, I saw that white shirt, sometimes just a glimpse, sometimes a full silhouette. That night I couldn't sleep, replaying the day in my head, wondering if I was being paranoid or if danger was real. Was I in trouble? Did I offend someone or stumble into something I shouldn't have? My adventure had turned into a mystery, the city's shadows suddenly deeper and more menacing. The man in the white shirt had changed everything. I realized then that sometimes the most ordinary things can become the start of an extraordinary story. The third day brought more unease. The city outside my window was alive with color and sound, but inside, a heavy tension pressed down on me. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong, that I was being watched even in the supposed safety of my hotel room. The man in the white shirt wasn't alone. He lingered near the entrance, eyes scanning, never quite meeting mine. Now there was a second man in a blue polo. He appeared suddenly, as if conjured from the shadows, and stood just far enough away to seem casual. They were a team, watching my hotel. Their movements were coordinated, their glances exchanged with silent understanding. My stomach twisted. This was organized. It wasn't just paranoia. There was a method to their surveillance. I was being followed, and I had no idea why. Every step I took felt heavy, every glance over my shoulder met with their unwavering gaze. I tested my theory, weaving through crowds and ducking into alleys. Still, they followed, never losing sight of me. I tried to go about my day, but my focus was gone. The vibrant chaos of the market faded into a blur, my mind racing with possibilities. The white shirt and blue polo were like ghosts, always present, always just out of reach, haunting the edges of my vision. They kept their distance, but I felt their presence everywhere. Even in a crowd, I was alone with my fear. The vibrant colors of the gallery seemed dull, the art losing its magic under the weight of my anxiety. My mind was consumed by one question. Why? What had I done to attract this attention, and what did they want from me? The feeling of being watched is like an itch you can't scratch. It burrows under your skin, making every moment uncomfortable. It drains the joy out of everything. Even the simplest pleasures become tainted by suspicion and fear. I tried to act like a normal tourist, snapping photos and smiling, but inside, I was anxious, my nerves frayed. That evening, I ate dinner in my hotel room, the city lights outside feeling a world away. My appetite was gone, replaced by paranoia. Every sound in the hallway made me jump. I felt like a prisoner in this beautiful country, trapped by invisible chains of fear and uncertainty. My adventure had become a cage. The freedom I'd come seeking was replaced by a sense of isolation. I didn't know where the key was, or if there even was one. On the fourth day, my paranoia peaked. I visited Bogyoke-Angsan Market, hoping to lose them. For a few minutes, I thought I had. I started to relax, but then I saw him, the man in the white shirt, watching me. My heart sank, and dread returned. The market felt like a trap. I bought a small wooden elephant, hands trembling. I left the market, just needing to move. But they were always there, shadows in the corner of my eye. I started to see shadows everywhere. The city felt like it held a secret about me. I found myself at a pagoda, needing to think. I sat, watching families pray, but felt alone. Surrounded by people, yet isolated by surveillance. I wished for calm, but felt the weight of unseen eyes. I was a traveler, lost in a fog of suspicion. My adventure had turned into a nightmare. I couldn't keep it to myself any longer. I met with Mayo, a local journalist friend. We went to a quiet restaurant, a hidden gem. I needed someone who understood this place. We ordered lapet thok and grilled fish. Finally, I told him everything. About the man in the white shirt and his partner. Mio listened, not surprised, which made me nervous. He explained that authorities sometimes watch foreigners. With the country opening up, they were cautious. It could be a bureaucratic check, he said. His words were both comforting and terrifying. Was I suspected of something? Mio assured me it was precautionary. Try not to worry, he said. Be yourself. As we left, I saw the outline of a man in the shadows. My fear was still there, but now, mixed with purpose. I decided to be unapologetically myself. I wanted them to see the real me. My mission was to celebrate their culture and food. Mayo's explanation gave me a new perspective. I recalled news about strict tourism rules in neighboring countries. Could my film crew be seen as an illegal operation? We had permits, but misunderstandings happened. Maybe they were following me for my own protection. In a country with political change, suspicion is understandable. This new perspective didn't erase my fear, but changed it. I started to see the situation from their point of view. I imagined a police officer with my file. Phil Rosenthal, American, TV host. They had to ask questions about my presence. I decided to change my strategy. I would be friendly, open, and full of joy. I wanted them to see I was not a threat. My fear was joined by a sense of purpose. I hoped they would see my mission was to celebrate their culture. I wanted them to see me as a friend. My journey continued with a new resolve. Day 5 was a travel day to Inle Lake. The bus station was organized chaos. I saw them, the white shirt and blue polo, talking to a policeman. My heart pounded, expecting arrest. But they got on the bus with me. I was trapped with them for 10 hours. The journey was agonizing, fear suffocating. I tried to read but couldn't focus. I was tired of being scared, tired of looking over my shoulder. I fell asleep, exhausted. When I woke, the sun was setting. We were close to our destination. Whatever was going to happen, it would happen soon. My fear turned into resignation. I was on a bus in Myanmar, and they were with me. I had no control, so I let exhaustion take over. It was a small escape, but it helped. The journey continued, and I prepared for what was next. The sun painted the sky in brilliant colors. I knew the moment of truth was near. We arrived at Inle Lake late at night, the world outside shrouded in darkness and mystery. The air was thick with anticipation, and the only sounds were the gentle lapping of water and the distant hum of insects. I checked into a hotel by the water, the lobby nearly empty except for a tired receptionist and the faint echo of my footsteps on the marble floor. The place felt both welcoming and strangely isolating. My shadows disappeared into the night, swallowed by the dimly lit corridors. For a brief moment, I hoped it was finally over, that I could let my guard down, if only for a night. I stood on the balcony, trying to relax, breathing in the cool night air. The lake shimmered under the moonlight, and for a fleeting second, I felt a sense of peace. Then, a firm knock shattered the silence, echoing through the room and jolting me from my thoughts. My blood ran cold. In that instant, I knew they had found me. Every instinct screamed that something was terribly wrong. I opened the door to 3 men, their faces unreadable, their presence heavy with authority. The man in the white shirt, the blue polo, and a senior officer in uniform stood before me, blocking any hope of escape. This was it, the moment of truth I had dreaded since arriving. My heart pounded as I tried to steady my breath. The officer looked me in the eye and asked me to come with them. There was no room for negotiation in his voice. It wasn't a request, it was a command, one that left no doubt about who was in control. My shadows stood silently behind him, their eyes fixed on me as if daring me to resist. I felt a profound sense of failure, a weight pressing down on my shoulders. All my efforts seemed to unravel in that moment. I had come to share the beauty of this country, to tell its story through my eyes and camera. Now, that dream felt impossibly distant. Instead, I was being led away by the police, my fate uncertain, my mind racing with questions and regrets. I thought about my family and crew, the people who believed in me, and wondered what would happen next. I nodded and stepped out, leaving the door open behind me, a silent surrender to whatever awaited. This was the end of my journey, or so it seemed. My belongings lay scattered, a reminder of how quickly everything can change. I was unprepared, but there was no turning back. Each step down that hallway felt heavier than the last. The moment I had feared was here, and all I could do was face it, one uncertain breath at a time. They led me to the hotel lobby. The senior officer explained the issue. My visa application had a clerical error. It listed geological surveying instead of filming. They thought I was a corporate spy. The absurdity of the situation was overwhelming. All this fear, all because of a typo. The officer explained they concluded I wasn't a geologist. "You don't act like a man looking for oil," he said. He corrected the error and apologized. "Welcome to Myanmar, Mr. Rosenthal." They left, leaving me in shock. A single clerical error had caused all this. My culinary adventure had turned into a national security issue. The fear and paranoia were gone, replaced by relief. I laughed at the ridiculousness of it all. It was a deeply human travel story. I was free to continue my journey. The experience taught me empathy and understanding. I was grateful for the lesson learned. I sat in the lobby, reflecting on the past days. The fear and anxiety were replaced by relief. A typo had caused all this. I laughed at the absurdity. This experience taught me about being watched and suspected. It gave me empathy for those who live with this daily. I was lucky. My story had a happy ending. For many, it does not. Imagine every step monitored, every conversation misinterpreted. It changes you. My journey continued with incredible food and people. The shadow was gone, and the sun felt brighter. I will never forget those 5 days. The experience is now part of my story, a reminder of how easily things can be misunderstood. Thank you for letting me share this with you. My journey is about connecting with people. This experience was a powerful connection. Follow my stories for more adventures. A good meal can bring us all closer together. Thank you.